Yeah, I think it was unique for me to get a chance to see firsthand, what our student athletes look like in the hallways, what they look like in the classroom, especially with them not having any idea of who I was, and just kind of really seeing, okay, he's a substitute here to fill in for the day. We see him in the hallways, but the fact that they didn't correlate me with possibly being a football coach for them. So I got to see them in their natural settings, how they naturally behave. So it just gave me insight to things they do, how they approach things outside of the football realm, outside of weight training, outside of practice, outside of games, and just the everyday academic. The process of building a culture is always going to be that. It's a process that continues to evolve. You always got to make sure once you get your culture established and the kids invest and buy in, that it sort of becomes their baby that they're looking to take care of. But you're always going to be weeding out your culture, just like you would of a garden, just to make sure that nothing arises that can affect your culture, because it's hard to gain culture, the right culture, but it's easy to lose it. And so I think that's something that you're always aware of as a coach going into it, and you're always guarding against. Because it is a lot of work to build the culture, a culture that's one that can establish and keep on going year after year and year after year.
You come in with a really nice background, nice strong football background.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a lot of challenges, obviously, as a football player, making a high school team, making a college team, playing in the pros. Can you compare this challenge of taking over a program and trying to build a high school football program compared to what you've done in the past?
I think it's so unique because, again, as I transitioned to high school, Scotland High School was a big high school, had tons of facilities, a lot more kids where you didn't have to necessarily worry about two platoon and playing both ways. So you get here, obviously, college, you have a lot more equipment, a lot more technology, things to work with, and transition from college, you kind of lose a little bit of that, and now you come back over here and you kind of, for me, it draws back to my childhood, it draws back to my early days of what it takes to come and commit to hard work, to being dedicated and seeing big picture. So for me, when you get a kid in college, he has an idea what the big picture looks like. But when you come back down to high school, getting those kids to connect outside of their feelings, outside of what the day holds, to beyond the saying, hey, look, can you see yourself graduate from here, as a ninth grader to when you're a 12th grader? Can you see yourself now going to college? Let's build up what that vision looks like and the steps you have to take to get there.
What can Jacket fans look forward to when they see the football team over the summer and going into the fall?
I think both. The most important thing I've been stressing to our coaches, and I always been stressed with Coach Shinnick for a number of years, is don't outthink the process. It's not necessarily what we know as a coaching staff. We can get up there if we want to go clinic and be cute on the board and talk offense and defense. We can look that part, but if we lose our players in the process, then we only affect them, we hurt them ultimately because they play on Friday nights. At the end of the day, it's not what we know as coaches. Yeah, we do game plan and things of that nature, but it's what our players know, understand, and can go out there and perform at the highest level. Bottom line is I want my players playing fast. I want them playing free in terms of not being binded down by confusion. And for us, we want to make sure we play simple so they can be effective. After transition, we've done some painting in the weight room. We're going to work on getting the weights kind of repositioned, moved back in place, and from there to allow get some things structured. I want to go talk to the middle school and getting a face visit with those guys as well, kind of establish who we are and my expectations and what it looks like going in the future. But obviously, weight training is essential to the development of the program. So as many guys as I can get started, hopefully the 1st of February, into that weight program is going to obviously lead into the summer, into the season.
And do you have at this point right now, it's been a few weeks since your announcement, your coaching staff, you pretty much all set, or you're still looking at it?
I have about all of our pieces in place right now. I've had some great conversations. I got a lot of hungry, committed coaches that desire to see this thing change, that are vested here. So it's just a matter, I think, of just living in the details in terms of how we do things. And really the biggest thing I see is how do we make this simpler for our kids to process this information we're trying to give them so they can go play fast on Friday nights, and most importantly, have fun. Because I think it's easy as kids to get caught up in wins and losses, and especially when you you know if program was here and it's kind of declined a little bit, then it's easier for the community and fans to be like, man, we don't win. It's you can't win here, you can't do this here. But I gotta get that out of the players' mind to where, you know what, winning comes by doing the small things each and every day. It's gonna come by, you know, taking care of business in the classroom. It's going to come by us taking care of business in the practice field. It's going to bleed in on Friday nights to where we have those successes.